Who is Freud? Let me take you back to the late 19th century, a time of horse-drawn carriages, candlelit studies, and drawing rooms where secrets were politely buried beneath the surface. It's in this world that a man named Sigmund Freud began to ask questions no one else dared to ask. Questions about the mind, the self, and what really drives human behavior. Freud was born in 1856 in what is now the Czech Republic. His family later moved to Vienna, where he would spend most of his life. From an early age, Freud was fascinated by science. He studied medicine, became a neurologist, and for a time was a traditional man of science. But his mind was never content with the surface. He began noticing something odd in his patients. Some suffered from physical symptoms, paralysis, blindness, seizures, with no medical explanation. He called these hysterical symptoms, and he started to suspect that the mind, not the body, was responsible. Freud turned to the unconscious. Imagine the mind like an iceberg. The tip, visible above the water, is our conscious awareness. But beneath it lies a vast, submerged world, the unconscious mind. Freud believed this hidden realm was filled with desires, fears, and memories, too disturbing or painful to face, so we buried them deep. He developed a revolutionary method to explore this hidden world: psychoanalysis. Patients would lie on a couch and speak freely about dreams, thoughts, anything that came to mind. Freud listened closely, searching for patterns, slips of the tongue, symbols. He believed these glimpses were the unconscious trying to speak. One of his most famous ideas was that of the Oedipus complex, that during early childhood, boys unconsciously desire their mother and feel rivalry toward their father. Controversial? Absolutely. But Freud insisted that childhood played a powerful role in shaping the adult psyche. He also proposed that our minds operate through three systems: the id, the ego, and the superego. The id is the primitive part, full of instincts and desires. It wants pleasure now. The superego is the moral compass, shaped by culture, rules, and guilt. And in the middle stands the ego, trying to balance the two and deal with reality. Life, according to Freud, is a negotiation between our wild inner drives and the world's expectations. But Freud wasn't just about theory. He analyzed dreams, calling them the royal road to the unconscious. He believed every dream was a disguised wish, something we wanted but couldn't admit. By decoding them, we could understand ourselves better. Over time, Freud's ideas spread, and so did the controversy. Some thought he was a genius, uncovering truths no one dared explore. Others called him a fraud, too focused on sex, too speculative. But whether you loved him or hated him, you couldn't ignore him. His influence stretched beyond medicine. Literature, art, film, politics, all were touched by Freud's shadow. Words like repression, Freudian slip, and complex entered everyday speech. He gave us a language for the hidden parts of ourselves. Freud died in 1939, exiled in London after fleeing the Nazis. But his legacy lived on. Many of his theories have been challenged, updated, or even rejected. Yet his core insight, that our minds are deeper, stranger, and more complex than we know, remains. Freud asked us to look inward, not just at who we are, but at why we are that way. He opened a door to self-exploration that still shapes psychology today. So who was Freud? He was a man obsessed with the mind, a thinker who dared to explore the forbidden corners of the self. And whether you agree with him or not, he changed the way we understand what it means to be human. Thank you for listening to Explained Under 5 Minutes. If this episode helped you find a little more clarity, consider subscribing and sharing with someone who could use it too. Until next time, stay strong, stay present, and stay curious.